Clinton and Trump still hold commanding leads among pledged delegates, and it's going to take a lot to catch up to them. This Saturday, Washington State, Alaska, and Hawaii are hosting Democratic caucuses. And then in 2 weeks, on April 5th, both Democrats and Republicans will go to the polls in Wisconsin. But if you live here in California, you might be wondering if our presidential primary will still matter, or will this all be a done deal by then? There's a lot on the ballot here in June having nothing to do with presidential politics, and that could, I suppose, mean a big turnout. Joining me to talk about this is KUSI contributor and 1170 AM talk show host Mark Larson. Hello, Mark.
That's going to be one of those giant old phone book-like ballots.
It's going to take an hour just to vote
right.
in the
minimum
California
wage. All these things are coming into the fray.
But will it be relevant for the presidential race?
Yes, for the first time, Californians can rejoice. It's going to be interesting. And remember, just a few years ago, Republicans set up this deal within the party to make it more complicated, more challenging for certain situations, much like they did at the Republican convention when Ron Paul, father of Rand, was running, and they thought, oh, what if he gets momentum, and change the rules a little bit, which could now come into play if the convention is one where nobody has the 1,237 delegates. But California, on the Republican side, had 53 congressional districts, and it's like 53 mini campaigns. You can't just go and buy TV advertising in one marketplace or another.
Los Angeles,
yeah,
or San Diego,
you've got to go
like
hand-to-hand political combat. You got to go into Nancy Pelosi's district. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun watching Trump campaign in Pelosi's district.
But why would it be California? Because I mean, in terms of the number of delegates,
yeah, a lot of delegates. We're a delegate-rich place.
Are we that close on the Republican side?
Well, it could be. I mean, you look at where Cruz is right now. Still Trump way out in front, but not as far as it could be, certainly not as far out as Kasich is. Kasich right now is the deal maker who could be saying, okay, I got a little offer for you here. It could be, hey, I'm going to go and endorse Trump, Ted Cruz, unless you give me what I need here. So that's politics as usual. How does that play with people in this environment? I'm not so sure. I mean, it's a weird year. It's going to stay weird all the way and unpredictable to November.
Would it be a weird year if California Republicans go for Trump? Do you think that would be a weird year?
Conventional wisdom, if he stays as a Republican, doesn't run third party, conventional wisdom is Republicans can't win at that level. It's not a Reagan country state anymore.
Exactly.
But he's an unconventional Republican, which is why the establishment is going nuts. They can't stand this because this isn't the way it's supposed to work. And yet, if you go back, even Obama did this to an extent. You go back to previous candidates. Jimmy Carter was even a little renegade within the Democrat Party. There have been other Democrats who haven't fit the mold. This time, Trump has the power of reality television and the fact that, as he says, he can look presidential if he wants to. Lately, he's been doing more of that. You saw it not only in some of his press conferences. Now he will say, you know, did you notice how presidential I was in that? I didn't even talk about Little Marco anymore or Lion Ted. I didn't say that.
On the Democratic side, it would seem to me, from an outside looking in on the Democrat side, that this is a Bernie Sanders state, isn't it?
It should be, but there was a whole lot of floor space at that rally last night. It was not that they had supposedly an overflow room that he kept talking about at the convention center. There really wasn't an overflow room, from what I understand. It wasn't wall-to-wall in the room. He's up at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles tonight, which seats virtually hundreds. That'll be millions out the door. Obviously, the voters have figured out, okay, this is a phenomenon. He was getting 28,000 gathering not too long ago, a few months ago, and now they're realizing, well, with the superdelegates, Hillary's got the poison pill there. I mean, what kind of a deal do you make with that? Because and if the superdelegates on the Democrat side, if that game wasn't being played, he'd be contending right now.
So we got about 20 seconds left. I'm going to put you on, this is probably the first one to put you on the, who's going to win the California primary for the Republicans and for the Democrats?
The people will choose on June 7th.
I understand that, but I'm asking you, what does this people choose?
I think this is a year when Trump could surprise people. Okay. I really do.
And you think it's a Hillary win on the Democratic side?
I think that's a lock. I mean, Hollywood is okay with her, not as much as they loved Obama.
Mark Larson, thank you so much.
Strange year, you never know.
I'll meet you back on the radio, okay?
See you there.
Thank you. All right.